This is the voice of the Report of the Week, signing on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone listening. This is Report of the Week here. We're now on the air. Thank you for being here. Simply something there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, by whatever means, man, wow. But just, thank you for watching. So, yes, I know. The video's a day late. Yeah, it is. But it's still coming up. So that's that. Well, why? Explain yourself. Alright, well, fine, I'll do that too. The video's a day late. I get that. It's not the end of the world. Maybe it seemed like it was, but it's not. The horizon is always bright, right? These things will always get better. Well, what happened? Someone said, "Oh, sleep schedule's changing, losing that, and blah, blah, blah." No, it's not that. The reason behind it was a number of factors all combined. This week, it just turned out something came up, and I've been busy for some of the week. Couldn't do anything about that. Combine that with a couple of bad sleeps, so I've been tired throughout much of my conscious hours of the day. And following that, last night I was ready to do it, but I had nothing to say, so I didn't do it. So here we are now. Well, that's fine. Last night, in fact, I was so tired I fell asleep. About 2 hours earlier than normal. Fell asleep at around 3. I think it was 3:30. Or 3:30 or 3:40. Either way, though, I woke up at noon. And right now it's like 12:15 or something. But I mean, I've woken up, in the past at noon a couple of times, so easily recoverable. It's just like waking up early, so no problem there. I was just on the computer. I wasn't planning on doing anything for at least a little while, but and I saw a few people inquiring, so here I am. We got stuff to do. Okay. But yeah, I hope all you are well. Hope everyone's doing alright. Hope everyone's going well. Having a good weekend for those of you working folk. Otherwise, every day is your weekend. But I hope it's alright. I hope everything's going smoothly. Getting a glass of water. As it is customary to have a drinking glass with me while doing this show. I'm pretty hungry too. Forgot to mention that. I am. Didn't have much. The other night I just had this crappy, well, I should call it that, but I didn't like it. Okay. It was a, what else? A frozen pizza. It was Newman's Own thin and crispy pizza, and I didn't like it. I mean, I ate all but 2 slices. It wasn't fulfilling. Wasn't that good. It was bland, tasteless, and well, half the pizza had literally no sauce or no cheese on it, so that kind of goes that. Well, what's done is done, right? Nothing that can be changed, I suppose. Nothing can be changed with that. At least I know for the future, Alright, well, this pizza wasn't any good, so I'll go with this one. That's sometimes what you have to do. You have to just adapt to, what's there. All of that. Alright then. Alright. Oh boy. Looking at bodybuilding.com, a forum which I have neglected, unfortunately. When they said I liked your video, so I went back on and posted thank you, sir. And then a bunch of people posted. Need to post more, bro. Yeah, I feel you. I should. Been missing you, cuz. Nah, yeah, I had ought to post more on that site. When I did, I was always positive and always had a few solid, good laughs out of that. So we'll see what happens. But we can't do anything now. Let's check out the fan mail. Let's see if anything's going on Reddit, the subreddit. Of which, yes, I am a moderator of. I am. No, everyone's a good it's a good community over there, so nothing really requires, if you will, moderation. But it's always good to check out stuff and respond to people and what have you. Someone said the channel just hit 20,000 subscribers. I think I said that in the last show. Oh yeah, first things first. Yeah, we got a few new things to review today. It was actually yesterday, I guess. Feels like today, but it was actually yesterday because I just woke up. Got Lay's. I got two of those new Lay's chips. Both of them, I think, will probably taste absolutely disgusting, but gotta review them anyways. Yeah, there's something. Lay's kettle-cooked wasabi ginger chips and cheddar bacon mac and cheese chips. We got 2 bags of these. I don't know. I'm not even reviewing them yet, and I'm just saying I don't like how they come in such a big bag like that, because if they're terrible, I'm worried about both of them. If they're terrible, oh no, I'm stuck with a whole bag full of them. You know what I'll do with them? Those Lay's chips. If they're that bad, I'm just going to crush them up and dump them outside and let some animal eat them. I'm not going to throw them out. We also got birthday cake Oreo. And another birthday cake Oreos. One of them's like, whatever. One of them's traditional ones. And the other one has the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The lighter colored cookie. I don't know if there's a special name for that or not. And finally, we still got the Tombstone pizza, which we'll try at some point. And then we got the Giorno's pizza and breadsticks that I want to review. Not to mention a plethora of energy drinks with more on the way. Along with a couple of other things. We're doing good, as it comes with at least reviews and the sheer number of products left to review. So we're fine. I probably got over a dozen things I could review on the spot right now. So I'm good with that. So I think it's gonna cool down today after a while. The weather outside right now is 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Already feels like 94. Humidity at 75%. A little bit after 12 in the afternoon. It's only gonna get hotter until around 3. Cool down a little bit, and then the heat's gonna break. Maybe if you live in the U.S., has already happened, but there's a very massive, massive line of thunderstorms passing across the country. Right? It's a very large storm system. And that's where the heat's really gonna break. So you're gonna be 90, feel like 96. Showers and a heavier thunderstorm. Those will be coming in at 4 p.m. Then again at 7 and 8. So it doesn't look like I'll be able to walk on time. Maybe a little later. It'll be kind of cool to walk after the storms and, number one, enjoy that smell of the whatever they call it, the rain or whatever. And then the clear, cooler air that it brings in. Yeah, it's going to be 90 today, then the high tomorrow is going to be 79. So there's definitely going to be some powerful thunderstorms, no doubt about that. This one guy said he already passed over, and he was saying it's like a tornado, but I highly doubt there'll be one here, but definitely probably going to be a good light show, that's for sure. So I'm going to enjoy it. As long as the wind isn't too bad, I'll enjoy it. So yeah, that's about that. Let's read the fan mail. Nothing else going on. Anything going on in the world? Yeah. Oh, there's always stuff going on in the world, but Syria's the Assad regime. They're there. They're going bombing ISIS. Ukraine ceasefire is holding for now. And finally, another teen in Florida apparently burned her home and killed her family with a knife. Apparently a 14-year-old girl, inspired by the Slender Man, set her own home on fire and killed her family with the Slender Man. That's an unexpected problem, which nobody really thought would happen in even today's world. That little kids, 14 isn't a little kid. No, you're right, 14 is somewhat old. When you're 14, you're old enough to know right from wrong, but most of the time you still make a wrong choice. Alright. And a lot of these kids are obsessed with, the Slender Man or creepy pastas, I think they call them. And no, trust me, I've read a few of them. And some of those stories, if you're unfamiliar with what a creepy pasta, as they're called, it's pretty much something originating on the internet. Oh, they're really not. I don't know why they call them this. I guess it's just a name given to them by younger people. They're scary stories, that's it. They're scary stories written online, and that's all they are. And I was actually reading one a few nights ago, and I swear, some of those, some of them are very well written. But, what do I look at them as? Scary stories. They're nothing more than that. I think the Slender Man at least started out as one of them. But then, I don't know what happened. I guess people just took it more seriously, and they crossed the line from fact and fiction. And then you got a couple of kids, who go over the line and try and turn a little fake internet scary story into a real world problem. I guess you remember hearing earlier this year about those two girls, I think, who butchered their friend. I think almost as like a homage to the Slender Man. I'm sure that's what this person will be arguing as well. And you know what I say to that? Unless they're mentally ill, which then they should be under psychiatric care for a good long time. If they're not mentally ill, then they should, regardless of their age, because at 14 you know right from wrong, and you know, it's not alright to kill my parents and burn down the house, then they should get the book thrown at them in the legal system. They really should. And that's that. So those are your current events, courtesy of the Report of the Week and probably the Associated Press. Let's see where I left off here. I don't know if I read this one. If I did, this guy got, once again, triple airtime now. So I have to read 2 of my fan mails and 1 VORW, but what are you going to do? Anyways, a friend and I had the idea of checking out those cappuccino Lay's chips. There's one near you, because it seems like more your style. Those 5.55 large pizzas from 7-Eleven. Regards, as always, Nick. I think you were the guy that actually inspired me to go out to the store and try and look for the chips. And they're out of 2 of them, but I got the other 2. In 7-Eleven, yeah, I mean, I want to go to a 7-Eleven. I've never even been to a 7-Eleven and gotten their pizzas, but I've heard good things about them, and it seems my type of thing. Hey man, I found your channel and I honestly think it's just great. Hope you continue to do energy drink and food reviews for a long time. Your channel is fun to watch, and I think you're a nice guy. Thanks for the reviews. Good luck. Well, thank you. What is the buzzing sound in your Oreo cookie dough video? Is it your phone? Are you receiving text messages or phone calls? Maybe I have finally reached a level of insanity in which I could hear the buzzing noise constantly. Please reply to my curiosity. I'll be satisfied. Thanks for the videos. They're great. Oh, I don't know. It might be something with the camera, might be some equipment or something, but it's not my phone. I don't have a phone, so it's not that. I don't have a phone, I don't want one. Don't need one. Maybe you just have reached the level of insanity we could hear it constantly. I can't. But maybe it's because I'm exposed to it so often. It's just part of my mind. It's burned in there now. Burned in there. It's there to stay, unfortunately. Hello, in your VORW show 47, you mentioned that you occasionally listen to Paramore. I do. What are some of your favorite Paramore songs? In my opinion, pre-2011, Hayley Williams is a definite 10 out of 10. I'm guessing you think she's a 9 out of 10 just because I don't give 10 out of 10s. Yes, I don't give the elusive 10 out of 10 rating. What was a song of theirs I was listening to at some point? We could always check the YouTube history. So let's do that. See what else I've been watching. Rare footage, last speech of Kim Il-sung. Alright, not that. North Korean pirate and shortwave, no. Borat tries to buy a slave, I don't think that's music. No. This is a solid song though. Switchfoot, Dare You to Move. That's a solid song, I'm not gonna lie. Then there were a bunch of then this is when I was up to, like, there were a bunch of videos about snails that I was watching, about 6 in a row. Oh yeah. What was their song? Brick by Boring Brick. That was a solid one. And this song, you know, I can't say I'm a fan of it, but you know, there's certainly worse. I remember back in 2010 or 2011 watching that on Fuse all the time. That was like the big video on that station. I think it was called The Only Exception. But you know, there's a bunch of solid songs. I think there's another one, Misery Business. I think it's called that. Don't take my word for it, because I have no confirmation, but I think that's what it's called. Carrying on. I would like you to know that you are a buttercup. Keep it up. Excellent. This is joyous news, my friend. I am glad. I'm happy. that statement right there has led to the prosperity of nothing. Do you take any nutritional supplements? Yeah, I take a few pills every day. Take 2 vitamins and let me see where they are here. I forget the name. I think it's these. And a few vitamin D pills. Yeah, that's it. A few vitamin D pills and some vitamins. I don't have to take anything else, at least now. So I'm not living out of a little pill box, I guess you would call it. But I guess the term pill box is now more associated with military. Oh, I have a couple more questions, hopefully some good material on the show. Oh yeah, thank you, I always appreciate your questions very, very much. So, if you still have some more on your mind, don't stop. Do you keep your fingernails in good condition? How long do you keep them? Do you nail bite? I keep them in relatively good condition. They're always clean. Lengthwise, well, sometimes they could use a little work, but most of the time they're shorter, but not that long. Do you nail bite? Almost never. Almost never. Have you ever been in a helicopter? I have not. I was almost in a helicopter in Hawaii, but then we changed to a propeller plane to get us from place to place. It was intra-island travel. So. Do you wear any fragrances or colognes? I don't think deodorant would count, but on occasion I have this one's men's cologne, but I don't really wear it. Sometimes I just spray it in the air and that'll be that. But other than that, in your older videos, you seem more animated and frequently glance at the camera mischievously. Do you think you have lost some of your youthful exuberance over the years? Without a doubt, yes. Almost all of it, actually. Not enough to stop, but I think I've lost a great deal of it. But I guess that's just the natural, aging process as the mind ages and grows and learns from experience. Some things you gain, some things you lose. And that's just life. It's very unfortunate that, certainly things were easier back then. But, that's that. What do you think of candles versus electronic lighting? Is candle use these days ever justified outside a power cut? It could. It really comes down to a matter of personal taste. Now, most of the time, when you see candles lit, it's one of two things, and I'm just going to say it as it is. Number one, there's a power outage and light is needed. Or number two, someone's trying to create a romantic atmosphere, so one thing could lead to the other, and things will happen. That's normally what people associate them with. But there are other uses. Now, we don't do this anymore. Not that I know of. I don't even know if we have any. But every now and then we used to get this different kind of, like a big, scented candle. And just every evening we'd, we have one here, but it's burnt out. Yeah, it's completely burnt out. Big scented candle, and we'd, mostly in the winter, just light it up and, let it burn through the evening, and it would just, emit a positive scent. It could be anything, could be usually some sort of seasonal, maybe near Halloween it would be some sort of pumpkin or something, and Thanksgiving something else, and winter or Christmas, something else. And, it just almost was like a more positive, I don't know, just make the atmosphere a little better. But, we don't do that anymore. I don't know why, but we don't. But it was cool. I was actually talking about, this doesn't have to do anything really with this, but I was talking to this one guy who made a run to the store the other day, and I was at the bus stop. I was talking to this one guy who I'm acquaintances with. He's this hippie guy. It would seem kind of odd that I would, have friendly conversation or something like that, but I gladly talk to this guy. He's a great person. And we were saying how just back a few years ago, it might have been 2012 or something, that solar flare that missed us by a week, if that would have hit the Earth, life as we know it would be completely altered. And we agreed with no electricity, no electrical appliances, nothing working, no television, no radio, no internet. With none of that there, we said society would surely collapse. Many people would die. He said, you got to think about hospitals and, everything there, life support and what have you, all that would go down. Many people would die. A lot of food, which is refrigerated nowadays, would go to waste very fast. And he was saying, and I wholeheartedly agreed with him here, he said that at least first world civilization would pretty much turn into that of The Walking Dead minus the zombies. There would be a few people left alive. There would mostly be roving gangs of thieves and thugs, heavily armed. The government would be non-existent, and life would be awful. But he said, and I also agreed with this, he said, if there was no electricity and what have you, he said that the people who would be most likely to survive comfortably would probably be people, A, living in rural Africa, B, the Tibetan people, especially the Tibetan monks, or C, the rural, Eskimos. All those types of peoples would just continue living on as normal. They'd be perfectly fine. They would be just fine, and it's just something. But missed that by a week. Because chances are, if that did happen, I'd be dead right now. I don't think I'd make it through that. When was the last time you had to attend a wedding and who was getting married? It's been a while, so I really can't say. I don't know. Someone from Long Island who there's like 50 people out in Long Island who I'm apparently related to, and I have no clue who they are or what they do. Have you ever eaten the snack food Pocky? Oh yes, of course. It's a favorite of mine. Great snack food there. Did you have acne in your teenage years? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there was some here or there. It wasn't really noticeable, but then again, listen, I'm not trying to impress anyone. But here and there. Not everywhere, but here or there. If you had to write a book, what would you write about and what would the title be? That's a good question because I do not know. Maybe write a biography, maybe write about my life and what I've learned so far. Or maybe something else. Maybe just write a short story or something. And have you broken any bones? I have not. No bones have been broken. I can't go out that much and do anything. So that's probably why. Regards, Chris. Well, thank you. Gatorade or Powerade? What other sports sports drinks. I'd just say Gatorade, because I really haven't had either in a very long time, but Gatorade's the only one I've had. And which, I'm not going to answer this one. It said, which celebrity female do you find physically attractive? If you are gay, you may choose a male. I'm not going to answer that, I apologize. Hey, Review Bra. One of your viewers whose message you'd read on VORW 55 asked about a follow-up on one of your energy crisis videos. I believe that he or she might be referring to the effectiveness rating that you used to give. I believe that was a very important part of your energy crisis reviews, and I hope to see you start doing the effectiveness of energy drinks soon. That's fair. And right after that, the person who originally asked it replied, when I asked about the follow-up report on Java Monster, I was referring to the high-level caffeine in it. Interestingly, effectiveness is one parameter which you leave out of your energy drink reviews recently. Well, this is arguably the most important feature of an energy drink. Regards. Yes, that is true. Dear Report of the Week, just a few questions. Do you think you could beat Shaq in a game of basketball if he were in a wheelchair and you had the ghost of Air Bud helping you? Well, there's a chance. There's a shot. I mean, the wheelchair would definitely add some difficulty, but it would get in the way. If you could spend one afternoon with Kim Jong-un, what would you do? What would I do? Actually, I don't mind spending an afternoon with him. See how he is in person. See how the dear leader is. Take him out to a probably take him out to a restaurant. 'Cause I know he is a man of the who enjoys food as I do. I'd probably take him out to a restaurant. You know, get a big meal. See how he likes American cuisine. See if he's willing to contradict. You know, instead of North Korean food is the best in the world. If he finally falters, maybe to a Pizza Hut Cheesy Bites pizza or some fast food or something. But I'd also kindly ask if he could send over a custom-made Mao suit. those black, outfits that he always wears. It would certainly be a memorable experience, that's for sure. But he'd be an interesting fellow, no doubt. Ask him what it's like to be pretty much considered a god by the North Korean people. And would you review a burger in a can? Believe it or not, there's a real product that are made in Japan. It's disgusting. Never. I couldn't eat that. Hello, I'm a new subscriber. Just wanted to compliment you on such a great job. Food and beverage reviews usually don't interest me, but your style and dry sense of humor, and at such a young age, makes it a lot of fun. Hope you're having fun making them, and you keep pursuing new things. Unique and kind people really make the world great. I hope you're aware that you are one of them. Happy September. Well, thank you very much for your words. Have you ever considered doing ASMR? If you have the voice for it, never. Doesn't do anything to me. I haven't found mine yet, like apparently we all do. And I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. If you want to consider this ASMR, well, fine. But it's not intentional. Guess it's time to move to the next one. I guess it is. Hey, review bro. No, my last message I asked for you was, what was your favorite movie trilogy? you're undecided on Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, a follow-up question: what is the best movie in these trilogies? Well, definitely with Lord of the Rings, it's Return of the King. Definitely with that. Now, Star Wars. I mean, the thing is, with Star Wars, you got two types, right? Got the original 70s ones. Kind of 80s also. You know, with the technology and graphics and what have you that they had at the time. And then you have the other ones that were made in the 90s through the 2000s, which have all these massive, computerized graphics and stuff. So those are already two categories, if you want to consider that. So, of the newer ones, I would have to say, that third one, what was it called? Can't believe I forgot the name. Is it the last one? I think it was. That's not what they consider it, is it? Well, either way, I think it was, Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. I think that was the newest one from 2005. So that's my favorite of the newer ones. Probably the well, I don't know. I can't decide of the other ones. I'm just looking here. It says I wouldn't consider it this. Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith is a 2005 American epic space opera film. Each has a category, and I'm sure it falls into that, but it just sounds weird to consider that an epic space opera. Hello, I want to talk about caffeine. Well, I'm the guy to talk to about it. I, too, suffer from caffeine addiction. I'm curious as to exactly how you deal with it. Are sugary energy drinks your main source of caffeine? If they are not, what else do you use? If they are, have you considered switching to a more healthy alternative? I know that you are an energy drink review business, so a switch might not be possible now, but I wonder if you have a preference for energy drinks over coffee, tea, or over infusions. Thanks, and beware deceitful merchants. Yeah, right now it's energy drinks, but, coffee I'm fine with also. I was saying, yesterday, this video is probably going to be up in about 2 weeks. It was so hot yesterday when I woke up, and this is when I went to the store. I actually got a 32-ounce iced coffee. I drank the whole thing in about 10 minutes. So, I got a massive amount of caffeine in my system then. To the point that I actually got jittery after so many years of, continuous caffeine usage. But, it was something anyways. Dear Report of the Week, I'm watching many of your videos, listening to every VORW, and I've noticed you have a subtle but very funny sense of humor. I'm curious, would you like to share with us one of the funniest things you've seen? Be it a movie, something from your life, etc. As always, keep doing what you do. Thank you. No, you mentioned it. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing at all. Can't think of anything. I'll get back to you on that. Most of the time, though, it's sometimes just an occasional joke, sometimes situational comedy, sometimes just general conversation. See where we are time-wise here. 40 minutes, we'll keep going on until fan mail's over with. Hello. Gosh dang it. The more I find out about you, the more I want to find out. You said you earn some of your money and some is gifted. When/how do you make your money? I can't answer that. In the description of an average day of yours, I don't see a time where you're making money. Well, that's an old video, mind you. Well, Depends which one. A lot of people, when they say, "Oh, you saw your average J video," they're not talking about the 2014 one. They're talking about the 2012 one. So it depends which one you're talking about. You should monetize your YouTube account, though, as much as you don't want to do it. The loyal fans won't care, knowing that it's helping you out. Yeah, I might do that one day. I can't completely rule it out. Question. You're waiting in line at the store to procure a new product to review, and suddenly a man bursts in with a gun. He grabs a woman in front of you and puts a gun to her head. He tells everyone to give him all the items in their pocket. He says he needs to rob a place to feed his family who have no income. He's telling the truth. Suddenly you realize he is in fact holding a water pistol spray-painted black. You have the same model at home which you use to water your plants. This way you can do a chore and pretend to be James Bond at the same time. My question to you is this. What do you do at this moment, and what is in your pocket you give him? Well, in my pocket would just be, not much. Probably, some cash, not all that much. Probably a ticket for the bus. Maybe a pen or two, and that's about it. And you realize he's got a fake gun. Well, number one, it's a sad situation because the guy legitimately needs the money, but he's attempting to gain it through a very illegal activity. And his gun is fake. Well, I don't know. What he's doing is very illegal. Regardless of this, you can't rob a bank. But at the same time, he needs the money. Part of me would say, just try and do something, anything, to stop him. Even if it results in injury of your own. Another part would say, don't mess with this. Let the cops handle it. Try and call 911 or something. That might be the best course of action to do. If you realize that his gun is fake, right? He can still beat the crap out of you, but at least he can't shoot and kill you on the spot. Or maybe if there's a phone somewhere in the store, I'd run over there and call 911. Maybe the person in the store already, if they have one of those buttons that you could press for a robbery, already pressed it. And then I'll just try and maybe buy time. Or maybe I'd just cower behind a couple of boxes. Hopefully I'd do something more than that, but I can't guarantee it. Hey, you get asked so many questions. I was wondering, is there something you can tell us about yourself that hasn't been brought up before? I really can't think about that. Keep asking questions and you'll hear something. You'll definitely hear something. How did you get into shortwave? I got into shortwave radio back in 2011 when I read about... Well, actually, I originally got into shortwave in around 2006. This is actually a well-known fact about me. Back in 2005 and 2006, and even a bit into 2007, I was actually really into radio also. And there's this, upstairs, there's this nice, real nice police scanner. It's, it got literally hundreds of thousands of frequencies you could browse. I'll go up right now. Could hear anything from the airports to cops to firemen to some military communications, amateur radio to even a few television stations. Just trying to see if I could pick up any television stations today. By the way, though, it's a really nice police scanner. Could hear everything. You could also hear weather radio. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. But I was really into that. It's got a good range too. But I was really into that for a while, and I guess I lost interest. But back then, I was also kind of curious as to what ham radio and all that stuff was, and CB radio. I was a little kid, so I didn't know the difference. But that was almost reinvigorated, if you will, when in 2011 I read online about this station called UVB 76, which at the time seemed so mysterious. I now know what it is, but broadcast on shortwave, and I didn't know what that was. So I looked it up and began trying to research it, trying to find a way to listen to it. I didn't realize that shortwave was a completely different medium from, AM, FM, or the higher frequencies I listened to on the scanner many years prior. So, eventually I found this site that was listed somewhere that I still use up to this day. It's called the WebSDR. And what it is, it's an online shortwave radio, and it also shows a visual representation of all the signals you're listening to. It has the entire shortwave spectrum from 0 to 30,000 kilohertz. That's a good amount of frequencies. It's about 30,000. And I began exploring that, and I thought it was really cool. Then I lost interest through 2012. Then in 2013, again, I rediscovered the site, for whatever reason. And I just stayed there, and I learned more and more about it, and I got more and more fascinated. And then I learned everything there is to know, pretty much. Maybe not the technical stuff, but I've been listening to it since, and then I got a radio of my own, and now down here I got a little setup, I've got the shortwave radio on the computer. I got my own radio from my location, because the one on the computer is based out of the Netherlands. So I have a radio here from my own location. Got this wire that's going up to the window and around. That's like an extension of the antenna. I have a CB radio here, and then I have a handheld police scanner as well. So I have enough equipment down here. Yeah, it is. And finally, if you're forced to fight in any war, either past, present, or future, what would it be? That's tough. I mean, that's tough. I couldn't tell you. Because chances are, if I had to fight in any war, I don't know if I'd make it out of there. Hey man, are you able to review Little Caesar's pretzel pizza they recently made? I'm sure it'll make a fun review. Yeah, I've been asked this before, and I'll say this every time. I can't, because there's no Little Caesars near me. It's the unfortunate truth. I wish I could have Little Caesars. I'd love to try other pizzas, especially their deep dish ones. Hi there, Port of the Week. I'm a big fan of yours, and I enjoy listening to your podcasts. You're a genuinely nice guy, and I hope you become a world-famous food critic one day. There was a show called Supermarket Superstar where people competed to get their meals sold at grocery stores. I watched it a long time ago, and I think they'd always cut to a view of this one critic looking at everyone cooking through a glass window on the second floor while dramatic music played. I imagine you being like that guy in the future. Thanks for reading, and take care. Well, thank you very much for your words. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you have a job you'd be happy in? Are you working towards it? In 10 years, I really don't know where I'll be or what I'll be doing. Anything could be possible. Once again, if I looked back to '04, where did I see myself in 10 years? Certainly not here. So anything could change. I would like to see myself I'd like to see myself becoming getting into radio. Unfortunately, at that time, maybe the mediums might have changed and it might only be internet radio, but one way or the other, I prefer terrestrial radio, but it doesn't matter. So I'd like to see myself. Where I'll actually be, I don't know, but it's always good to have a goal, right, to work towards. I often listen to these while playing League of Legends. Could give me a little pep talk. Anything. Make it up. Anything, you say. Anything? Did you drink your energy drink today? Did you have your daily energy drink like I recommend? Did you now? Think about, if you didn't, how many people you have disappointed right now. Think about it. Well, I said anything. I was going to keep going on, but then I realized I'm promoting bad health right there, so I'm going to knock that off. Good question, though. Did you have your daily energy drink today? I didn't yet, but I should, because I've been up for about an hour. 3 more. Hey dude, I like your pizza review videos. They're very informative. Thanks, brah. 2 more. Just checking for new ones. No, just 2 more. Hello, Mr. Report of the Week. I completely understand that you like to wear suits and that your whole wardrobe consists of such outfits. My question is, why do you continue to wear these outfits if it makes you feel uncomfortable and paranoid around people? They don't. If it's holding you back from going out, I respectfully suggest that you make some changes to your wardrobe. I'm still wearing similar stuff. No, it's not the outfits. You know, if I changed my attire, I'd still feel probably just as bad. You know, you just gotta go out and face the music when you have to. For example, you could switch to polos and shirts with no ties. I actually really like the way you dress, and I dislike modern suits, but if it's holding you back and making you feel uncomfortable around other people, I think you should start thinking about wearing different clothes. Never. I would never change how I dress. Here's a hypothetical question. If you had the choice between a trip to the moon, where you could get out and walk around the moon for a bit, and go back to Earth, or a large sum of money, which do you choose? How large would the sum of money have to be in order to turn down a trip to the moon? I don't know, because a trip to a moon would be a life-changing experience. It would definitely have to be in the billions. Maybe like $20 billion cash, right? Cash money. Because then I'd be set for the rest of my life. And maybe eventually I'd have enough money to afford to go on a trip to the moon in many years. But until then I'd have to wait it out. But otherwise, I mean, a trip to the moon would certainly be a life-changing experience, surely. To be able to walk around, look around space, see the Earth, and think, oh my God, I'm on the moon, you know? I'm that far away from Earth. To look back at Earth and see the entire planet, pretty much, certainly be an experience you would never forget. It's fine. Don't worry about it, my friend. There we go. Alright, well that's that. I had to reply to something on Reddit. That's that. Thank you for watching or listening. This is the Report of the Week, and this is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week, hosted by yours truly, the Report of the Week. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just want to talk, send me a message on YouTube, and I'll gladly read and respond to it at the beginning of each and every show. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you the very best weekend. Take